I'm Jennifer Edge Savage, and welcome to Alexa at Home, how to interact with Alexa using your PRC-Saltillo AAC voice. This session is quick, give you some good information, hopefully, and it's designed for parents and folks using Alexa at home. So we'll take a look, give you a few introductions first. So I'm Jennifer Edge Savage. I'm an assistive technology consultant for Saltillo. And I'm also joined by the wonderful Kirk Benke. You want to introduce yourself, Kirk?
Hi, thanks, Jennifer. I'm Kirk Benke. I'm with PRC on the PRC brand Saltillo side. So nice for you to be here.
So welcome, folks. So full disclosure, yes, I am an employee owner of PRC-Saltillo, and I get to use these products and help families and speech therapists and new SLPs and school learn about these products. And I'm an assistive technology consultant and an occupational therapist, and I'm really interested in the power of things like Alexa and tools that we use every day and what they could mean for our kids and for our clients. So I'm happy to share with you things that I've been learning and how I've been using it myself, as well as with my own kids and then with my students and clients who are using AAC. There will be some handouts for you, so everything you're seeing here, you'll get a handout at the end, so you'll have any links and information that you can have after today too. So quick little housekeeping, okay? If you're having trouble hearing connecting, here's a number to call for some help. And I know that Kirk and Beth have loaded some information in the chat as well. Okay, as I said before, the handouts will be available. You'll get a little quick feedback survey too. And if you're looking for proof of attendance, you will have it. I know this is designed for parents, but if you want that, you'll get that at the end. Okay. So we have a quick little half-hour training, but I'll stay afterwards for questions if you have them. But feel free to go ahead and post your questions in the chat area. I'll keep an eye on chat, and I have Kirk with me to keep an eye on chat. So if questions come up that make sense to bring up, we can answer them, and hopefully this will be helpful. You can also raise your hand. As you can see, you should have this little side floating dialog box that lets you make sure turn on and off your mic or your video. As beautiful as you all are right now, we don't need to see video of each other, but I'm happy to hear your questions in the chat. And if it makes sense at some point, we can unmute you if it's helpful, okay? All right. So you ready to roll? We're feeling okay? I can see that the materials are in the materials section of your dialog box too if you want to download those, but the link will also be emailed to you afterwards. So in these quick 27 minutes we have, we're going to learn some ideas for how you could use your PRC-Saltillo devices with Alexa for fun, because there's lots of silly and fun things and engaging things you can do with Alexa. Also maybe for independence with certain tasks. Also, lots of calming activities as well. There's lots of folks focusing on social, emotional kind of skills with Alexa. And also for academics, I have some educators that use Alexas as 1, 2, 3, and then ask me, and Alexa's one of the 3. So there's some neat ways that we could use this to support us, and especially to support busy parents at home, juggling work and school and your kids too. So hopefully we'll learn some cool stuff. So, big question, and I get to answer this question a lot. Can Alexa actually understand AAC? And I get lots of questions about, well, should I pair it? How do I make it work? Is it Bluetooth? Here's the thing. Alexa responds to voice. So once you've already set up your Alexa device, connected it via Wi-Fi in your own house, you use your voice to activate Alexa, right? So AAC voices are just voices too. So AAC uses a text-to-speech type voice, and also Alexa is a text-to-speech type voice. So I kind of say they're kind of saying, they're peeps. And often our text-to-speech voice enunciate better than we do. So there's no need for extra pairing or setup. There are maybe some tweaks that can help your AAC user interact with Alexa better that are different than with voice. But for the most part, there's nothing you need to do than have your AAC user just start talking with their device. Is that mystery solved for some folks? Because it seems like it's going to be more complicated, but it just isn't. All right. So why wouldn't an Alexa AAC user want to use Alexa? And it's really for the same reasons that you do. If you feel comfortable, and this is a good, easy way to throw some things in the chat, how are you using Alexa? If you have Alexa at home, and I like Alexas because they're really inexpensive to have at home, and we'll talk about the different devices, but does anybody feel not afraid to share? How are you using Alexa at home? I love it. Ask about the temperature. There you go. What's the weather outside? Timers are another great way. Yeah, using more timers. I use it all the time for cooking because you could set multiple timers, not just the one timer on your stove, right? So I could say, Alexa, give me a 10-minute timer for the beans. Give me a 50-minute timer for the ham. I love it. Somebody's playing Jeopardy after dinner. Excellent. So you're already playing with it. You already have some ideas of things that Alexa can kind of do out of the box. So whatever it is that you might be doing, shopping, reading your audiobooks, playing music, using it for environmental control. And we'll talk a little bit about that means. It means like controlling your environment, turning lights on and off. Some folks turn their Christmas lights on and off, or turn webcams on and off so you can see how their elderly parents are doing. There are so many interesting ways to use Alexa. Reminders came up. You can also, if you use Kindle Fire, you can use Alexa to watch TV. You can use it for phone calls. Just general questions. Alexa, who starred in that movie XYZ? And yeah, play games. Notice a little, I'm going to give a quick note here because we're thinking about Alexa at home with parents. I have elementary age children. I make sure in my Alexa app that I cannot shop with Alexa because a lot of interesting things would come to my home that have been purchased. And AAC users are known to purchase some things too, intentionally or accidentally. So I don't shop using my Alexa, although I have many folks, adults that I work with who do. All right, does that make sense? Okay. So as we get into things, so for some folks, Alexa is a mystery, so we're going to do really quickly some of the basics. Okay. So Alexa connects to your existing Amazon account. All right. So Alexa so you already have an Amazon account, you're already shopping on Amazon, we're trying to buy things and ship things from Amazon. You're attached to an account. So your Alexa and all the other devices you connect with it are all going to be connected to your Amazon account. So that username and password, that email and password that you use for your Amazon account is the same for what is, they're all connected, okay? If you want to have a separate account, like I sometimes see this for educators, maybe you have a different education account if you're using that in the classroom. But for home, it's just attaching to you already have your Amazon account because you're shopping. And then you need to figure out your device. I love folks talking about Fire TV and independence. Yes, for complex bodies too. Yes, I love it. Thank you for sharing. So you get to choose your device. So it could be a Fire Stick for your TV. Could be the Echo, which was the original one, which is this little cylinder base. There's Echo Dot, there's Echo Show, there's Echo Spot. There's so many different tools. Even newer Kindles, Kindle Fires have Alexa built in too. My favorite is a little Dot. It's really inexpensive. The speaker's perfectly great for pretty much anything I want to do. And it's really portable. And, you know, around when they have sales, it's around $25 to like $49, I think. So it's kind of reasonably affordable for us to have one at home. You don't need to have the Echo Show unless you want to see things too. You don't need the taller Echo. It's really it just gives you a bigger speaker, if that helps, if you're getting started, okay? And other folks with more experience and who are more geeky about Alexa than I am might be out there. They might have ideas too, all right? So you pick your device. Then you need a smartphone to download the app that you would be, to download the Alexa app. And think so for Android or iOS, so Android needs a 5.1 or higher, iOS 11 or higher, and the Fire is 5.3 or higher. So you need an app that kind of controls everything. The app itself can also act like an Alexa, which is a whole another interesting way to use it. But for the most part, you need an app. You need to have that app on a smartphone to set everything up. And you use that app for all of your settings. And that Alexa, and that's through that app, you let Alexa know what Wi-Fi she's connecting to. And all your devices will connect through Wi-Fi. So when your Wi-Fi is down, Alexa gives you a little red circle saying she can't understand you right now. Okay. Other folks, some have the question, there's a wake word. Like I defaulted to Alexa, but you have some other choices. Like you can use Amazon as your wake word, or computer. You can say, hey, computer, how's the weather? But you can also set that in your settings. Does that feel okay? I mean, if you need more support with actually getting your Alexa started and figure out devices, there's great support through Amazon and Alexa websites, and there's lots of great articles on the web too. But in order to use it with your AAC user, you need to get it going. And for some, they already have it and don't know how to use it. But for others who have been thinking about Alexa, and maybe this will help you feel a little more comfortable moving to the next step. Okay? So far, okay? Any other questions so far? And a little feedback out there from someone. Okay? So, thanks, folks. So the next step. So Alexa does respond to AAC, okay? And I'm going to show you this time. I'm going to talk a little about it. I have a quick little video we can watch, and I have my actual Alexa here with me and the device so we can look at it as well. So Alexa does respond to AAC. One of the things that you can do is just create a button that says Alexa. And depending on what type of AAC vocabulary you're using, it might mean putting it in different places, okay? What you're looking at right now is just a page on a NovaChat device from Saltillo, and this is in the word power 60 vocabulary. I know that because it has 60 buttons on the screen. And in that vocabulary is actually a whole page under groups for Alexa. And there's some pre-made pages. In fact, many AAC apps and devices already have pre-made Alexa, as well as Siri and Google Home, other voice user interface tools, already built in. So you might already have a lot of power that you don't know about. You can also just use your words that are already programmed in your device. You just need that Alexa button in close reach, and then be able to select the commands or the questions that you have for Alexa. Does that make sense? So whether you're pre-making a page with the phrases to say, Alexa, tell me the weather, or Alexa, read me Harry Potter, or Alexa, talk like a Jedi, whatever it might be, you have some options depending on the needs of the user. And we have some more tips and tips we can talk about too as we go along. We okay? All right. So what you saw here was a Saltillo device, but also, and Kirk, you might want to pop in and talk about, here's an also example of some pre-built pages for Alexa on a PRC accent device.
Yes, for the 45 sequence vocabulary, you would go to your pages, and then you have an Alexa app right there, Alexa page right there. And if you go to the next one, then you have sort of a setup of all different types of tools and skills, music. These are all pre-programmed Alexa pages that come in the Unity 45 sequence vocabulary.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. So it's built in. Would you like to see a quick, I'll show you part of this video. We'll do a quick little bit of this video. It's a few minutes, and then we'll get a little deeper with some more ideas. So I'm going to show you a quick video. Let's see how the sound goes. If we need to share this video out later, I will. But let's see how this goes for us. I'm going to speed her along just a little bit.
AAC voices are my PTA voice is a voice. There may be some tweaks needed, but I am
Weather in Orlando.
Currently in Orlando, Florida. It's 62 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today, you can expect lots of sun with a high of 70 degrees and a low of 50 degrees.
Alexa, what's in the news?
Where should I get your news from? You can say something like CNN, Fox News, NPR, or CNBC.
So pause. So Alexa, you can choose your news source. Have Alexa read the news.
Now, I'll play international and international news. You can add local news at any time. Just asking to select. Where can you find the leprechaun fraternity? At the end of the rainbow.
Oh, Alexa telling jokes.
Alexa, play Anyone by Demi Lovato.
Anyone by Demi Lovato, starting now on Amazon Music.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Resuming Jennifer's book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Kitchen and then the sound of the frying pan being put on the stove. He rolled onto his back and tried to remember the dream he had been having. It had been a good one.
Alexa,
There had been...
stop. Alexa, ask mindfulness for a minute meditation.
Your meditation is about to begin. As the music plays, take a moment to calm your mind and focus on your breath. National and international news.
Oops. She paused a little bit there. Are you folks getting the idea of what's possible?
Alexa,
Hello.
give me a Jedi mind trick.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And then you find those in your freezer. I don't care if you use them because I probably use them.
Alexa, give me a Jedi mind trick.
All right. Here's a mind trick that should only be attempted by the most advanced Jedi. For those of you with young ones, look your child in the eye, and with a calm, yet suggestive tone, say, "You will go to bed now."
We like that one.
Watch Mandalorian on Fire TV.
Getting the Mandalorian from Fire TV.
So this is using a Fire Stick, and it's controlling that too. So you can control your TV if you also have the Amazon Fire Stick.
Alexa, turn the light off.
Okay.
Pretty cool. So that was kind of a quick thing. I could do any of those things without AAC, but I hope you got to see how quickly you could use AAC to do some of the same functions that you would just be speaking to Alexa. So whether it's asking for a mindful minute, turning on the TV, using a smart plug to turn on a light, asking for the news or the weather, or play your favorite songs. One of my favorite stories with Alexa, I have a little one who actually uses 2-switch scanning with her NovaChat device, and she has pages and pages of her favorite pop idols, and it's filled with Taylor Swift and Adele, and she can quickly ask for any of the music she needs to, because she really doesn't have the physical access to use another device to do that. And what more does a 13-year-old girl want to do than to listen to music? So you can do so much for independence, for fun, and also for academics. If you have little ones at home, we're doing homework. Alexa, how do I spell? She'll spell for you. Alexa, who starred in The Godfather? Alexa, you can do silly things like, Alexa, what's your favorite color? Or Alexa, where is Alaska? Or Alexa, what's 22 times 563? So whether it's math skills, science skills, English skills, you can even create kind of audio flashcards to work through ideas as well using Alexa. Let's skip through this one. Okay, all right. And the way Alexa works, it's all about the skills, okay? So the way to think about it, when you think of your Mac or Windows computer, you're installing applications. When you're thinking about an iPhone or an Android phone, you're installing apps. If you're using a Chromebook, you're dealing with installing extensions, and with Alexa, it's skills. So Alexa skills are really the Alexa apps or the Alexa extensions, applications, whatever helps you understand how it works. Alexa has stuff she can do. I'm calling her she can do right out of the box. like news and weather and timers and questions, because she'll scrape Wikipedia looking for answers. She's all set to tell jokes, and the native skills that she can do are growing and growing. And if you're looking for, I shared a little resource link, and this will be in your handouts too. If you want to look at some of the skills that are native to Alexa, you can take a look, and there's many resources out there. But you can enable more skills even. So with Alexa skills, you can add on additional ones. So there's things you can do already, but you can also add on more, and there are so many categories. Last year when I started doing, a couple years ago, I started talking about Alexa as a tool to help all learners. There were 16,000 skills, and now there are over 100,000 skills. So you could take a look at Amazon.com/Alexa skills and see the many categories. And sometimes that's an easier way to navigate looking at all the possible skills that are available for health and wellness, education, games, stuff that's just for kids, stuff that's about your smart home and devices so you can control your electronics through Alexa, and lots of sports and other games too. Oh, games is there twice, because yeah, people do this for fun. So certainly take a look at Alexa skills. If you're like, I'm not sure where to begin, maybe you just poke around and see what's available. All of these skills you can either enable on your Alexa app or on Amazon.com logged in to your Amazon account, believe it or not, okay? And if you want to get really, really fancy, and this is probably fancier than we want to get as parents in one little session, but you can actually create your own skills. So Alexa, it's open. So there's a little link I have for blueprints.amazon.com. And this is where you can go to actually write your own skills. And the way Alexa works, it's just dialogue, right? So you say something to Alexa, and then you tell her what you want her to say back when you give her that prompt. So think about things your AAC user might want to ask, and then what you would want her to respond. It could be about, Alexa, what are my chores for the day? And Alexa could tell back. Or Alexa, I program Mother's Day's coming up, folks. Alexa, who is the most wonderful mama in the world? And you type an answer. Well, your mother, of course. Jennifer's the best. Or you could put in flashcards, or maybe you're working on certain core words, or you're working on social skills, whatever it might be that your AAC user is working on. If you can type in, here's what I want my child to say, and this is what I want Alexa to say back. You can go to blueprints.amazon.com, log in, start a new question and answer skill, and have total control of what Alexa's going to say back to you. And there's lots of things. If you take a look, I won't take the time during this session, but if you take a look, there are so many pre-made skills that all they do is say, okay, just fill in the blanks. If you want to get super geeky, you can actually make your own skills and not use templates, but that's, not for all of us. But if you want to do that, you can. So between what's already built in, the skills that you can enable, like for meditation, for mindfulness, for games, or the ones you can build to work on specific skills, whether it's for fun or you're trying to make working on a skill fun, you can use Blueprints to do that. We may have to have a part 2 down the road and practice making some skills if that's something you're interested in, okay? So there are some tips. So for the most part, Alexa's going to understand the speech of the AAC device, right? But there are tweaks. Have any of you start yourself yelling at Alexa, repeating yourself, forgetting to say Simon says or Alexa do this and she's ignoring you? The same is going to be true with your AAC device. So some of the tips that I found helpful along the way, kind of like start with things that are kind of motivating, right? So music, jokes, trivia games, or you can make Alexa talk like Pikachu or Yoda and do something silly. You can also use Alexa to call your family and friends and then have them be able to speak through Alexa. Alexa goes through your smartphone, because remember you put that app on the smartphone? So it's on your smartphone, so you can call from your Alexa device, your AAC user, or you, AAC user, your own voice, your AAC voice, when all voices are equal. You can call someone and it will call that contact from your list on that same smartphone, right? So you can actually practice calling family and friends and having conversations with others through your Alexa app. If you have multiple Alexa devices in your house too, you can drop in. I use my Alexa as a little bit of an intercom, and I drop in on the kitchen, or I drop in on the bedroom or the office to check on the kids too. And your AAC user could reach out to you and say, hey, mom or dad, I need help, or something's broken, or I want to tell you a joke, and they can drop in and you can speak through that Alexa like an intercom. And that's a native skill that's built in. Other little tips and tricks, if there's too long of a delay between selecting the Alexa button and the command, so you saw that I would click on a button that says Alexa, and then I would click on the phrase, the command that I wanted Alexa to do in that video I shared, right? So you could use those phrases to make it quicker to respond. You could also use that speech display bar. Most AC devices, once you put things in your speech display, you can activate that SDB and submit the command all at once. So if it takes a little longer to build the words for that command, you still can repeat the full sentence to Alexa. Because Alexa, it seems like she has about a 15-second wait, and then she gives up on you, right? But it doesn't have to be, because you can repeat it in the SDB bar. Or you can put the whole phrase in a button to make it easier. For some kids, I've even put Alexa, I don't use a separate Alexa button. I put Alexa, tell me the story, all in one button. So the button might say, tell me a story, but the voice activation, the voice message that's spoken includes Alexa in it. So you don't have to put Alexa text on every button, if that makes sense, but you can include that in what the button says without seeing it, so you can still control her. So those are some things that are helpful. I've heard that some AAC voices are more or less helpful than others. I've had pretty good experience with most voices. Sometimes, though, adjusting the rate a little slower might help her understanding. So adjusting the voice rate can be helpful. I've heard of one user really struggling with the voice they really like, so a profile was set up that would flip to a different voice when they're using Alexa commands. So we can be really creative if we have to, but for the most part, it works pretty well. And sometimes your phrases, another thing, maybe just putting a comma to slow it down if she's not understanding or saying something too fast can be helpful. Being mindful of time here too, we're doing great. For those of you who are thinking about environmental control, it sounds like a big word. Really it is. It's like, hey, I can turn my fan on, my lights on, my bubble machine on by myself, my pureer for my food by myself. Whatever you plug, these smart plugs that are available, and Amazon has their own for about $25, but I will tell you, they're often on sale for $5 around Thanksgiving time. And there's different promotions they have. It's a great way for independents to turn light on and off. Just Alexa, turn my light on. Alexa, turn my light off. So once again, the way the Alexa app treats these smart plugs, just as if they were another device, and they're all controlled in your app on your phone, and you can name them. And there are more and more electronics like microwaves, security cameras, clocks, doorbells that are Alexa enabled now and are just being built that way. And you also show an example of the Fire Stick for you to be able to control your TV too. All right. So if you want to learn a little bit more about Alexa and AAC, there's a blog post we posted a couple months back, I think, on the AAC Language Lab. There's lots of activities there too, but once again, you can use it, use your device to support so many things for it, once again, for independence, for academics, and for fun. And I hope you'll take a look. And there's more ideas and supports in this little blog that you're welcome to take a peek at. And then just further ideas for using your AAC device. So both the Saltillo and the PRC websites are filled with support that are great for home too. So don't forget, take a look at our chat corner on Saltillo and take a look at the education tab and caregiver resources on the Prinky-Romic page. There are so many great supports. And thank you so much. My folks are putting in, my helpers are putting in links for you folks, so it'll be in the chat for you as well. Okay. So we learned a little bit. How do you have new ideas? How will you use Alexa? Are there new things you want to try? Does anyone not have an Alexa and they're like, ooh, I might have to get one? Or do you have some new ideas if you already have one? Some ideas that you might try. I hope it's helpful. We're going to open up with some questions too. And another resource to share too before we kind of wrap up and turn it over to kind of, open questions and answers. If you want to learn more about AAC, some of you folks might be new to Alexa, might be new to AAC itself. This is such a great resource that PRC-Saltillo has pulled together to explore, learn more about AAC, see some videos of AAC in action too at www.exploraac.com. It's 2:31. I want to thank you guys so much for joining. I hope this was helpful. Please feel free. We're going to hang out to answer any questions you might have too. Please feel free to put them through the chat.